What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Welcome to the Monday Kickoff. Guys, we have some news about upcoming events starting tomorrow, together with everyone's favorite game mode, which of course is Clan versus Clan. Now, this time around is not featuring personal rewards. The actual rewards that you're getting from each one of the tiers are just kind of like the standard ones. We're getting regeneration gear, we're getting a crit damage gear. Now, I do want to mention one thing, guys, which kind of like came in as a massive surprise. We're going to have a huge, and I repeat, huge free gear removal. Celebrate the community weeks and try out some new gear. Now, this is actually lasting for 2 weeks. Like, wow, okay? As part of our ongoing community week celebrating, we're reducing the amount of silver it takes to remove or swap artifacts and accessories by 100% for 2 whole weeks. From Monday the 21st of April all the way to the 5th of May. Now, this tells me one thing, guys. I might be wrong on it, so don't hold me accountable. I have a feeling that the hard mode faction wars will get released in this freaking time frame. Now, I might be wrong, as I mentioned, but I cannot understand, if that's not the case, why are we getting a free gear removal for 2 whole weeks? It never happened before. I think the longest we ever had was literally 3 or 4 days. Now, this is an amazing thing, don't get me wrong. I'm actually a massive fan of it. I would love to see this freaking event for the entire duration of my freaking life, okay? That's what Plarium should actually do. But either way, this is great and amazing. The perfect time to start regearing teams for whatever content that might be. Chimera, Hydra, Doom Tower, pretty much everything, right? So now is the moment to basically go through your account and start cracking on with it. And I was literally going to say we've got absolutely no decent packs throughout the Easter. No free gift. It's like they never celebrate Easter. I don't understand this. Plarium, by the way, like you're celebrating the dumbest freaking days in the history of humankind. Celebrating the freaking Day of Lizards, which is the dumbest thing ever, plus God knows what other shitey days that we're celebrating in game. But hey, we're not celebrating Easter. I mean, isn't that like one of the biggest holidays that we have? Christmas, Easter, right? Like, duh. So either way, we're not celebrating that in Raid Shadow Legends, but the Community Weeks offer seems pretty decent in terms of energy for whoever might be interested in it. Leaving all that on the side, guys. I quickly want to give you a reminder. Make sure you're completing your clan quest if you haven't done it just yet. Wow! For once, I've actually completed mine. The reset will happen tomorrow. If you gotta pick anything interesting from the clan shop, make sure you guys do it. We do have a few goodies in here that we should be picking up. For whatever reason, I haven't picked up that Chaos Powder. It is pretty expensive. In terms of Fusion, that is coming to an end. I feel like in a couple of days, but I might be mistaken. Yeah, 2 days and 8 hours. I've done a poll on my channel, and it seems like only like 8 to 10% are actually going for the Fusion, which is pretty damn crazy. So it might be one of the weakest Fusions that Plarium released recently. Either way, let's not waste our time with the Fusion. If we're talking about events, by the looks of it, we have a Community Weeks Titan event. Now, this already started. I was actually away pretty much the entire day. I've missed this part. I haven't actually saw it. So we are getting the 5-star soul for the Fusion Champion. Actually, no, this is the 5-star soul for the free champion. Apologies, not the Fusion Champion. So this is the free champion that we're going to get. I mean, if you're planning to go and complete this, why not get a soul as well? I'm definitely going to try to get a book. I'm really not sitting well on shards and everything else, but you know the drill with this type of events. Pretty much everything is included in it. This will last for 2 weeks as well. We have a champion training event that started with Titan points. And I see a mythical book in there, so this is something that I'm actually going to absolutely demolish. Oh my god, 16,000 points of champion training. That's going to be freaking painful, but I'm going to have to do it. I need a few more books for my Ambris and for my Galatir, so no questions asked. If we are talking about other events, I was really expecting to see a 2x on Soulstones. They haven't announced anything just yet, so who knows if we're gonna get one this week. Most likely it will happen next week. If I'm quickly going to bring the calendar right here, we can see that we're gonna have basically gear enhancement, a summon rush starting. Oh my god, this is the third summon rush basically back to back to back, because we had a pet event which was kind of like considered like a summon rush. So it's gonna be pretty rough to get his Titan points, considering that I'm not prepared at all. We're gonna have a deck of fate, which will start on the 27th, which will give us Titan points. And I would not be surprised if we're gonna have a guaranteed champion in here. Maybe we're gonna have to open soul stones as well for this, but either way, this will start on a Sunday. And by the looks of it, we have the summon rush already, which means that we're not gonna have to open shards in the deck of fate. So most likely it's gonna be champion training, gear enhancement, soul stones, soul freaking stones. So start saving them, guys, because most likely we will require them. And we don't really have any other information for the next week. Now, leaving all that on the side, as I've mentioned, we're going to have some summoning events. We have some juicy champions. I know it will tempt a lot of you guys. I'm quickly going to basically talk about them just for like a quick minute. I'm going to start with the very first event. Tuesday, April 22nd, a 15x progressive chance, giving you a chance to summon the champions of your dreams from Ancient, Primal, Sacred, and Void shards. The very first champion on the list is going to be the faction unity for the Lizardman. One of the best in the entire game, Legar. Theox, absolutely freaking insane. I am using him on every... I'm using him every single day, okay? That's how OP he is. If you have a full lizard team, they will be immune to polymorph, which is massive. He deals crazy damage, blocks revive, he self-buffs. He's absolutely freaking amazing, not to mention this ally attack. So I have two builds for him. I have a merciless build for PvE, and I have a savage and stone skin for PvP. Honestly, one of the craziest faction unity champions in the entire game. And thankfully, I have him, and this was my very first faction unity that I've got. Then, we're gonna have Harima on the list, guys. Even though she did lose some value overall in the endgame, in the PvP meta, she's still a very strong champion. There are people saying she doesn't hit hard. I mean, excuse me, if Harima doesn't do good damage, I feel like no other champion does. Yes, she's not at the level of Seekfront to basically one-shot bosses, but my god, Harima is actually pretty solid. Now, yes, she doesn't really bring anything crazy for the current meta, like no ignore Stone Skin, no ignore strength and increased defense, shield, etc. But she's the #1 nemesis for the Demon Spawn champions. And to be honest, there are a lot of strong Demon Spawn champions, plus the passive, which is actually really good. You can use her in the Hydra, you can use her in the Chimera if you pair her with Mikage, you can use her in PvP, Siege, etc. I mean, she's still a very good champion. Then we're going to have Duchess Lilith talking about Demon Spawns and strong champions. She is not the most OP reviver as she used to be in the past, but she's still a very strong one. The speed aura, you have the veil, the increased attack, the immunity, the revive. You can either go with a very high resistance build on her, you can go either with Stone Skin Bolster, you can go with protection, especially if you're going to plan to use her, for example, in the Chimera as well. Overall, she's a very good champion. Then we're gonna have Rotos, the Lost Groom. I still want at least one more to make mine to +2. I'll be very honest with you guys, I haven't used Rotos in a PvP match. I would probably say I think 2-3 months at least, and I'm talking about live arena. I haven't used him in a very long time in there, but he's still really strong. If I would have a 6-star soul for him, would be a completely different story, right? Because I can give him the Ward of Fallen, which is really broken with his passive and a shield, and I could do some crazy things. He still deals very good damage, but he has a lot of counters, lots of force champions, Harima, UDK, etc. But he's still very strong versus Seekfront, Nice, not Narcissus. Let me correct myself there. So overall, really powerful. Then, moving on to the next one, we have Nishak, Vermin Lord. One of the best bombers in the game, the second best bomber after Cupidus, actually. And that's mainly because you can put bombs, extra turn, decrease the duration of bombs, and when the enemy takes a turn, they make boom. Then he puts the poisons instead of the poisons, which, if by any chance they are alive, these poisons could potentially kill them. So he's a very, very strong champion. I have mine built in Pinpoint. You can definitely build him with Stone Skin and Pinpoint to ensure that champions like Hegemon or even Marius doesn't land an Enfeeble on him or anything like that. Moving on to the next one. I know you will love this one. We have Maritka, the Unbreakable. I mean, what can I tell you about Maritka? She's just freaking OP. After all this time, she's still part of pretty much every single PvP team. Every single strong PvP in the Siege mode as well are using at least one Maritka. Now, if I would ever get a second Maritka, I would build her up as well for the Siege mode. I would not actually empower my main one. Crazy good passive, the buffs and everything else that she brings to the table. Super, super strong champion. Then we're gonna have Umeo. Like, this list is actually crazy. This might be one of the most insane 15x progressive chance list that we've ever had, okay? Every single one of these champions is top tier, okay? So we're gonna have Umeo on the list. Yes, you can still build crazy teams for Hydra. Still very strong for PvP. Very strong for Siege. Very strong for Curse City. Overall, a very, very good champion, right? But I do understand if people are not as interested in Umeo as before, because, hey, we got Fabian as a fusion champion. But Umeo is kind of like a bit different. It's kind of like a Kymar plus a Fabian, more or less, right? Then, just to kind of like close the day, we're gonna have King Narcissus, okay? Maritka, here I come. Absolutely crazy to counter any champions with shield and strengthen. This was a guaranteed last year, if I remember it correctly, when we had the fusion for Queen Ancora. This skill is crazy, crazy good. The double hit, very good damage. Block revive on this skill. The passive, which is strong. I love this champion, and I am using him very often in PvP, in Siege. Sometimes even in PvE, like Curse City and other areas like that, right? Then, moving on to Wednesday, guys. Once again, a 15x chance to summon the champions of your dream from Primal, Ancient, Void, and Sacred Shards. Starting with a very OP faction unity champion, and I'm having a blast using this champion, Vulcanos Fumor. Crazy freaking good, okay? I'm still looking for a 6-star soul for this bad boy just to be able to up his stats. I recently purchased his 4-star soul from the market. But my god, if you pair him with some demon spawns, guys, he is just going to absolutely melt the enemies without doing nothing. Just by allowing them to buff, okay? Crazy, crazy good. He can block revive on all of the enemies that die when they are under HP burn. He can deal pretty good damage and ignore Stone Skin, Unkillable, ally protection, block damage, shields, and everything else known by humankind. Super, super strong champion. Now, I like to build mine in Pinpoint, plus Stone Skin, plus the wand as a relic, just to reduce his chance of getting polymorphed. Really strong champion. Then, moving on to the next one, we're going to have a free champion. He was free when we had the Call of the Arbiter, and that is Artac. HP burn detonation, decrease attack, HP burn AoE, AoE attack on the A1. Great to solo the Ice Golem, great on a stun set, great for the Curse City. You can definitely gain tons and tons of value from this champion. Then we have Cupidus. Seems like this is the day of burn, HP burn. So Cupidus, together with Venus, they can pull off some nice things. Not really meta anymore. They were at the top of the meta for a while in PvP, but they're still pretty strong. AoE HP burn, very strong hit right here with a self buff. Counter attack when Venus is on the same team. The A1 deals additional damage, which is again AoE. Increases the attack in all battles. It really depends where you're planning to use him, and then you decide how to build him, but he's actually a pretty strong champion. Then we're going to have Mishi Naki. Super strong for the Hydra. Great for a lot of PvE content, including Clan Boss. If you really need a good damage dealer, he has this very good passive where he actually just joins in the attack with a basic skill that applies HP burn. You have the defense down, the decrease attack, you have the hacks, remove buffs, and pretty decent damage. I have mine built on Savage. You can build him on Relentless if you're progressing and you're struggling with the damage, because that will give you overall better damage. Then we have Cisia Flame Tongue. Once again, a pretty strong HP burner, detonates it instantly. If you are applying it on all of the enemies, grants an extra turn, which moves you to the skill that detonates it and applies a weaken and defense down. Pretty good raw damage. She pairs with Cardiel. Together, you can actually do some funky things in the Hydra, but to be honest, they've got power crap in there. Like, they're not at the top as they used to be 2 years ago or something like that, right? Then we have Sulfurion, absolutely amazing for PvP, great for PvE as well. I do use Sulfurion a lot in PvP, especially with Theox. Crazy good to melt Stone Skin because he applies the HP burn, instantly activates it, gives you some shield, gives you some Thermitter, you have a good revive, more Thermitter from the A1. So Sulfurion, super, super powerful, either on pinpoint, so you don't need to use him always with Theox or with a full team of lizards. Stone Skin plus Perception. You have tons of different options on how you can build him, but usually you want to have him super fast with high accuracy. Incinerate as a blessing. Then we have Supreme Gallic, guys. Supreme Gallic, pretty good champion. I feel like out of all of the Supreme starter champions, he's the best. You have AoE HP burn with block buffs, decreased speed. You activate that, you have the increased attack. You have a very good passive that allows him to gain an extra turn and fully heal. The A1, a double hitter, which deals pretty good damage. Now, his raw damage is not insane, but still is pretty good. And to close the day, the list, guys, we have a Raiho Bone Spear. I wish one thing for her that would make her so much better. Instead of that decreased crit rate, to be decreased speed, or instead of the stun, it would be absolutely amazing for the Chimera. Would take her to the next level just to have that decreased speed, so you don't have to count on different champions. Either way, very, very solid champion right here, guys. And yeah, Feral, that's the way to build her. 9-piece Feral, if you can. If not, Relentless, plus Reflex, plus Impulse, you know. Merciless, 4 pieces. You have quite a few different options. Now, Merciless actually is not necessarily the best option because this skill doesn't actually attack. Either way, that's everything for this weekly kickoff. As I've mentioned at the beginning, we might actually get a massive patch with the new Faction Wars, the hard mode difficulty. I cannot explain why we have a 2 weeks free gear removal. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.